Hi everyone, I'm any new province and I just finished up the league with Bone Angler. It's awesome to sneak a Seeker of the Way back into play after your opponent's already removed it. You can wrath your opponent's board with a Crypt Rats and then win with a Gurmag Angler in whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamp in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you've enjoyed everything and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the league. So we'll go get our white mana, turn 2 Seeker of the Way, turn 3 we can either get it back with Unearth or Deadweight something to trigger it. We could even Skyfisher back a land with his hand, yeah. I like to call Gurmfather a lot of stuff. Gurmangler. There's a lot of crowd favorites out there, so it's really hard to kind of choose which one you're gonna pick. And yeah, you should not angle the bones of anyone really if you can avoid it. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit clumsy. I usually do like a lot of work here before I stream on Tuesday nights, and I was out and about today instead. Diabolic Edict is interesting. So let's go ahead and Seeker of the Way. It will suck a lot if they have a Disfigure, but if they have a Disfigure, we can Unearth it. It's not the end of the universe. They have a Disfigure. So next turn, what we're going to do, we're going to Skyfisher back our Swamp. And play the Swamp and Unearth Seeker of the Way. That could have gone better, but, you know, sometimes your opponent has infinite removal spells. It's all about the Gurm, Daddy. What's up, Emo Robot Gaming? How you doing tonight, man? Our opponent has to make the difficult decision as to use one of the infinite removal spells in their hand or to actually play a creature. I assume they're going to remove something. Seeker is actually probably more important to them than core Skyfisher, even though they don't know it. What will you Doomblade? Chainer's Edict. Yeah, we'll go to Skyfisher. I guess it doesn't die to Disfigure. We've already seen one of those. Opponent not going to give us any reason to... Ooh, that kind of sucks that we don't have our next land drop yet. So we'll Scoured Barrens. And I might Skyfisher back another land here. But we'll go to combat first. Can you target them if they don't have a creature? Like if they Disfigure here, could I target with Diabolic Edict? We're still going to Skyfisher. We're okay running on a few lands. So we'll pick up Swamp here. Pass the turn. Only hitting for 2 there was a little unfortunate. Opponent going to tap 3 for their own Ranger. You got it. That's pretty good for us, actually. So let's... yeah. So we'll play a land. Deadweight. Phyrexian Rager, trigger Seeker. You can still Disfigure them. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So Seeker out of Disfigure range. Once again. That could have been our own Rager, I guess, but glad to get that much damage in here. And if they just play like a dorky 5-drop and we Diabolic Edict it, we should be able to just win. So we'll see. Yep, another Rager, gonna ping themselves, draw a card. And pass. So I think we do want to Edict here. Despite not getting the life gain off of Seeker of the Way, we want our mana to cast our Phyrexian Rager. Alright, our turn, we draw Phyrexian Rager, not bad. So let's play Rager. Draw a card. Untap Swamp, not doing much here, so we'll play tap land. I don't think there's any reason to sandbag lands, is there? Probably not. I don't know if they're looking to stick a Gurmag Angler or something, and maybe we should have held on to the Diabolic Edict, but we're still pecking away for 2 every turn. Chittering Rats. Okay, well that's not too bad. We can undo that with our Rager. 16 trophies? How do I have 16 trophies? So I've gotten more 5-0s on camera. I think I've got like two on camera. All right, so we'll go to let's draw. We know it's a land on top, so there's no point to do anything pre-combat. I wonder if they'll trade off creatures. They probably won't even trade off creatures because they're probably going to try to cast a Gary next turn, so I'm actually going to attack with everything. And they're going to double block Seeker. Okay, you got it. So one of your rats dies, makes Gary a little bit worse. Cast Phyrexian Rager. Lose a life, draw a card, play a land, pass the turn. We're hellbent. Oh, yeah. One trophy, my dude. And there's Gary. So I'm glad we traded off with the Chittering Rats when we did. Our opponent's still at 7. It's not a great position for them to be in. And it's a lot harder to attack into Gary with Seeker. All right, so we drew Thraben Inspector. That's not bad. So I'm going to play a Thraben Inspector here. We'll use that to draw card later. Go to combat and attack with Skyfisher. We got to hope they don't get running Garys here. That could kind of be a disaster. And if they attack incorrectly or they kind of overextend a little bit here, we might just be able to sneak through lethal. But they would have to misplay pretty terribly for that to happen. I wonder if we've got any more Garys. Corrupt. Okay. So they kill Skyfisher, gain 5. No way to stop that from happening. No attacks for our opponent, 1 card in hand. We draw Deadweight, okay. It's a start. Barrier of Bones, sure. Let's go ahead and cast that. See what's on top. Barrier of Bones. We probably don't want another one. So we'll bin that. And I'm going to go and Deadweight the Gary. And then we're going to swing. Probably not with Thraben Inspector, because they're at 12. So we'll attack like this. I guess Barrier of Bones is a bit more card selection, but it's not a big deal. We'll put it to the graveyard, do a little bit of thinning, and hopefully fade lands for a little while. The bone piece is in place, so where's the Angler? Let's go. Come on, Angler time. All right, our opponent has some pinging ability, but we do have a little bit more value in our deck than they do, so hopefully we can just kind of jank them out a little bit. We'll find out in time whether we're going to be restricted on white or black mana. It's kind of looking like black mana, honestly. And just on time. Just on time. It's the Germfather. So I don't know if they're holding on to removal or not, but we'll soon find out. I don't know if we want to make any attacks here. Yeah, no attacks makes sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and Germfather. Germ Daddy number 1. We probably want to leave our creatures in the bin. Go like this. Go, Fish Daddy, go. We're going to leave up our Diabolic Edict. Our opponent is going to be able to sacrifice this Gary, so we'll see how they start blocking with when we start attacking with Gurmag Angler. They could, like, they would have to have another Corrupt, I guess, or something. Tendrils. Okay. Yeah, sure. They gain 17. We could have Diabolic Edict ourselves. Or they go up to 17. Whoa, thank you for the sub. He was in the water. I hope it works out too. We had one Germfather, but they got a Germfather down now. We could use another Skyfisher. We could use another Seeker. We could use an Unearth. There's a lot of good draws here. Opponent, no attacks. Let's not snap off the Diabolic Edict. Unwavering Initiate. That's spicy. All right, I like that it's a 3-power attacker and that we can embalm it. That's awesome. So we're not going to get that much value out of it this turn. We might as well just keep passing through. This might be the turn to fire off a Diabolic Edict, depending on what they play. Might wait for another Gary to come down. They might commit it, and then it just won't be as good as they assume it is. So they might play differently because of that. All right, and this turn we're going to start attacking. I'm going to go ahead and Diabolic Edict. Yes, it me. It's that boy. Indeed. On make, huh? Well, that does speed things up by a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the way. Maybe not. Yeah, Edict was definitely not getting any better. So let's go to combat. Let's attack with Rager, and let's attack with all of these. There's no reason not to. We'll see how our opponent blocks. We might miss out on 2 or 3 points of damage here, which it could be important because our opponent's on like Corrupt and stuff like that. So I'm going to block Rager. You got it. Take 4. I don't mind holding on to Unmake for their Gurmag Angler or something like that, though. It'd be pretty unfortunate if they could just... Okay, so they're going to trade. You got it. Be pretty unfortunate if they could just corrupt us to death. I've seen like This is interesting. Sack barrier. Is a Twitch notification you get a lot? Okay, our opponent's going to corrupt us for 8. No cards in hand. We're down to 7. They're at 21. We're attacking for 4 a turn. So we really got to hope they don't draw more of those effects. Well, Knight's Whisper here. Down to 5. Because if they draw another one of those effects, it doesn't really matter how much life we have. All right, those are 2 pretty acceptable draws. So let's unearth. Targeting Seeker of the Way. So get back Seeker and play Angler, and we've got him up against it, so they'll have to find another one of those effects in the next couple of turns. There's Gurmfather, pass the turn. They're at 17. See if they found it off the top. Oh, opponent. Is opponent lucky? They're going to cycle Baron more. Lucky, lucky opponent. Because we're going to start gaining life, too. Or we should be able to. If they commit a creature, we'll be able to gain life next turn. Flashes back Edict. Okay, you got it. And what do we find? Core Skyfisher. Okay. That's interesting. I guess it doesn't really do anything. It gains us a life. So we will Skyfisher, pick up Scoured Barons, play Scoured Barons, go to combat, attack for a bunch. Gaining 3 here actually really matters. 5, 8. So we stand to do 11. We're gonna win next turn anyway if they don't find anything. I almost think we should kill Skyfisher here. So I'm going to. I know it's not like this stops Corrupt from killing us. If I do this, they're on a 2-turn clock anyway. So I think this might be some weird tech. Because it gives us an out, right? What are they going to here? 7. They're going to 7. Which means even if they find a blocker for Angler, it's lethal anyway. I'm going to gain 3 here. I know it sounds crazy. You might not like it, but 3 life stops Corrupt from killing us. So I'm going to take the chances I can. We're going to win next turn anyway. Hopefully. Oh, they have Chainers in the bin. That's okay. They're only at 6. We can sacrifice this. Corrupt doesn't kill us now, which is nice. Opponent's going to Sign in Blood down to 4. Searching. So they need land Corrupt, I think. Wonder if they found it. Kumbaj, which is, yep. Oubliette. Okay, so they're staying alive. 1 card in hand. They'll Oubliette Gangler. Oh yeah, I probably should have I would sack this to Edict, I guess. Wow, that was a good few draws from our opponent. I'll give that to them. That was a pretty good Sign in Blood. We draw land. Okay, not really necessary. So we'll see if they trade in their Kumbaj, which is here. I imagine they do. Rather than go to 1. No, they're gonna go to 1. Okay. Why would we play a land here? I guess Knight's Whisper into some number of things, so I'll play a land. They're not far from just corrupting us to death. Thorn. Okay. That has Death Touch. That is unfortunate. And they're going to draw a bunch of extra cards. They're at 1, though. Come on. There's Seeker. Okay, so go to combat. Attack with Initiate. And we'll play out 2 more creatures this turn. We might have the opportunity to steal a Monarch from them. Yep, so Thorn dies. So we will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Embalm Initiate. And play Seeker. Well, maybe I shouldn't have killed the Core Skyfisher. Could have won. But it makes us a lot less dead to what they have going on over here. So I'm okay with that. Opponent can't activate Kumbaj Witches or we win. Oh, they're going to Disfigure. Okay. They're running pretty hot. I've got to say. They're running pretty hot. Although infinite removal out of the removal deck. Not entirely surprising. Oh my god, really? Wow. Okay, sure. Diabolic Edict you. Man. Oh my god. Unbelievable. I think we're going to lose. Yeah, exactly. We had to fade them once and we couldn't do it. And now they're just going to bury us with the Monarch, I think, is probably what we should expect. Plays a land. We might have. I don't know. I think I didn't want to be dead to corrupt there. There was an opportunity. It was pretty close that we were going to win the game. They had one sign in blood and it totally drew them into a way to win the game, which is like very unfortunate. So Chintergrass is going to come down. We're just going to Diabolic Edict with it on the stack because this Diabolic Edict is not getting us anywhere towards winning the game. Seeker. All right. Opponent's drawn a jillion cards. Do they have removal? Probably. Probably have nothing but, honestly. What do we find? Flashes back Changer's Edict. Oh, I should have known. All right. We only have to do 1 damage. A lot of cards in our deck do 1 damage. Barrier of Bones does not do 1 damage. Planes will go to the bin, but it does put this in the graveyard, and it is Edict fodder, which is nice. Opponent has 4 cards in hand, though. Like, I don't really know how we're going to fight back here. Just going to keep jamming Edicts. But yeah, I think there was a lot more of a chance that our opponent would have killed us with Corrupt on the following turn, probably than there actually was reason to worry about it. Fine and Ash Barrens. All right. We'll hold on to it, see if they play any differently. But yeah, probably pretty close to scoop time here. There's Gary for 4. Opponent goes back to 5. 3 cards in hand. Phyrexian Rager, sure. And we'll have a draw. We'll see what we find. They have another creature. Cycles Barrenmore. Okay. Signs in Blood down to 2. Signs in Blood us, and then Signs in Blood us for the kill. You got it. Yeah, we're just dead. Nothing we can find there. No instant speed life gain. So we're dead. All right, so what are we bringing in here? Crypt Rats? They messed us up pretty good there. I think Nihil Spell Bombs are defensible. And Crypt Rats probably actually aren't. They look a little heavier on everything else. Do we go down dead weights, though, is what I wonder. They ran, that was crazy. Like, the amount, yeah, like, how well they ran there was just absolutely bananas. So I think this is a Nihil Spellbomb matchup for sure. What are we going to go down? What do you think? He was in the water. We get the Nihil, Okiba, and Invoke. All right, I'm with you. Where do we go from here? So what's coming out? Oh, yeah. No, it does, but I'm okay not having it. I think if they're going to oubliette a creature, we're okay with it. It was pretty evident that we could beat them in the value game. So we take out, like, do we take out Initiate or something? Or, like, Deadweights? What are we looking at here? Inspectors are probably pretty good. Unmakes might not be that necessary. Maybe go down, like, 1 Germfather. I could see, like, shaving a Deadweight. Yeah. And maybe a Barrier of Bones. Yeah, Deadweight is medium. I like the card selection early on. Keep the Germfathers. You got it. Yeah, so let's go down a couple of these. See how it goes. We're keeping a Barrier of Bones in there, though, for science reasons. Mostly science. See, Barrier of Bones would be sweet in this hand. Well, if we never find our white source, we can cycle our Unearth. So actually, I'm going to keep this. A little loose, but we can kill their first creature, and we can unearth the first creature they kill. Yeah, totally fine. Not great, but it's fine. It's all right. I drew hot last night, So I'm ready for some awkward draws here tonight. All right, Scour Barons is a great draw, so we'll play Scour Barons past turn. Opponent, no plays. Cool. So, oh, that's nice. Okay, so we'll play Plains, play Thraben Inspector. Hopefully they don't have the removal in response here. They very well may, but we're going to risk it. It's not the end of the universe. We have to pick up a land. So pick up Thraben Inspector. I think this is going to eat an Edict or something. So Value Engine has begun. Hopefully our opponent misses our land drop. Ah, dang. Never lucky. So let's go digging and see if we can hit anything better than a Thraben Inspector to play. We find a land. Okay. So play Thraben Inspector. Unearth. Skyfisher. Pick up Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn. This is pretty much Glinthawk, right? Opponent plays Rager. You got it. So we will deadweight your Rager. Play our own Rager. Lose a life, draw a card. 3v baby. Go to combat. Swing with Skyfisher. Opponent's at 17. We're valuing like crazy. It's true. I probably could have drawn in kind of a different order there, but we are on only 13 or so minutes, so I want to make sure. Yeah, Chainer's Edict is a crazy card. All right, so before we do anything, we probably want to go to combat. And swing like this. Opponent going to disfigure. Okay, you got it. And I think I'm just going to Seeker and Skyfisher back Inspector. Yeah, so we'll Seeker. Skyfisher back. Have we played a land this turn? No. Okay, so I'm going to Skyfisher back a Plains. Replay the Plains, then we're going to use one of these clues to draw a card. And I don't mind having Diabolic Edict on hand either, because it foils their Disfigure plan at least. And I want Thraben Inspector on board because I'm kind of worried about Chainer's Edict. They have it in the bin. And yeah, it is pretty decent on both sides. Okay, so here comes Crypt Rat, or Chittering Rats. It's not a big deal. We'll put Unearth on top. Our opponent's obviously lining up for a big ol' Gary here now. I'm going to Oubliette. You got it. Although you don't. That kind of sucks. I'm going to grab Core Skyfisher, sure. We will draw on Earth. Pass turn back to our opponent. Nice. Okay, so let's unearth Phyrexian Rager first. Triggers. And we might be able to blow them out a little bit here with instant speed Diabolic Edict. It means we won't get to cast Angler this turn, I guess, but... And this is just kind of free damage, so we're going to attack like this. Okay, they're just going to let Seeker get in. Sure. That's fine. So that'll die. They're going to take 5. Part of me really wants to leave up Diabolic Edict this turn. And I can't Angler at the same time. That's a little unfortunate. I think we're just going to Angler anyway. Oh, Gary is so bad next turn. But we're going to Angler. Pray they don't have Gary. But they might. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Let's see if they're on the nuts. They're at 9. We have 11 minutes on clock, so I got to play pretty fast. But yeah, Gary, pretty bad. So here's Gary. Yep. That was a good Gary. And Relic, no big deal. Opponent, gonna pass. Okay. So Let's play Nihil Spellbomb. Trigger Seeker. Go to combat. Swing with Seeker Gurmangler. And Core Skyfisher will hold back their 2/2s. Whatever they have left. All right, you got it. So we're going to double block Seeker. We're going to triple block Seeker. Okay. So we will Chainer's Edict or Diabolic Edict you. A little bit more life gain. They're going to lose a bunch of their creatures. Okay. And so we'll, I guess it doesn't really matter. Can I not order blockers? I guess ordering blockers has been complete. Okay, so we're going to gain some life. Churning Rats is going to die. And I guess we might as well go for this. So I'm going to crack. There's an Edict in the bin anyway. So we'll see if we draw an instant speed. We don't. Too bad. All right, so you can't go all four here. So Churning Rats will die. I guess like a little bit of punt on my part, not assigning correctly, but that's okay. We'll pass. Opponent's at 11, 3 cards in hand. We still got a good bit of value for them. I'm going to sack Relic. Yep, away goes Seeker. More Garys are obviously an issue. I'm going to Sign in Blood. Okay, digging. Three mana. Not 3 mana. And it's time to start getting in with Skyfisher as well. It probably was time to get in with Skyfisher last turn too. Maybe I'm just not playing too hot. No attacks from the Gary. You got it. So Gary plans to block next turn. I wonder if there's some Disfigure shenanigans on our way. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked with Core Skyfisher last turn. Because the 2/2s didn't really matter. I'm trying to play fast enough to win another game. It's probably not helping. So end step. I really wish they wouldn't have drawn so hot in that first game. Brutal. We will draw. See if they were waiting to do something instant speed. Looks like they were. No, they weren't. I think opponent is pretty firmly on the clock victory here. Go to combat. Attack, attack. 5 cards in hand. Victim of Night Skyfisher, yep. And take 5. Take 5. So we will 1, 2, 3, initiate. Probably should have Night Twisted first. And there's Okiba Gang Shinobi. That would have been kind of cool. So play this. And I think we're going to unearth Skyfisher for Okiba Gang Shinobi shenanigans next turn. So we'll cast this, get Skyfisher, picking up a land. Maybe picking up Rager, honestly. Yeah, I like it too. It's sweet. So Skyfisher picking up Rager, I think, is the play, because it's not attacking anyway. We'll pass the turn. So a good few ways to sneak in 4 damage next turn. Our opponent is at 4. We'll see what they want to do. Trying to play smart. They really want to seal this up. Signs in Blood down to 2. Must be a Gary coming. Gotta be Gary. Or like Corrupt or something. Thorn, okay. Desperation, but we got him dead on board, I think. Unless they have a Disfigure or something. But Okiba Gang Shinobi is pretty good against Disfigure. So I think I am going to Rager first. Because if we'd find a removal spell, we win too. No, this is too D's. Okay, so go to combat, go to attacks, attack with everything. Like, they're just taking 2 here. I don't see how they get out of this. We won't show them Shinobi. Now we'll show them Shinobi. Boom, boom. Got him. Never expect the Okiba Gang Shinobi post blocks, huh, opponent? That was pretty sweet. That was pretty nice right there. So at least in the game where I played really badly, I didn't get punished. Yeah, Unwavering Initiate is really cool. I like it a lot. Probably one of my favorite inclusions in this deck. I always like playing with an Okiba Gang Shinobi too, though. It was only getting better from there. So let's see if we can get one more off of them. Not a ton of time. Disfigure is countered because it has no legal targets. Interesting. Was it always there? We keep getting these real awkward hands, but this one's like too bad, actually. Because we can't do anything. So I think I have to mulligan this. This is worse. Yeah, okay. Nice Whisper will help. Alright, opponent plays land and passes. Play land, pass the turn. It's been fun so far. A little tough, but fun. Alright, so we will get black mana. We have Unearth in hand, which is nice, so we can set up a turn where we Night's Whisper and Unearth. Barrier of Bones? I don't know if they might have Bazooka Bog or something in hand. We saw Relic too. But the upside could be high enough. I'm going to graveyard this for now, especially where we're going to Night's Whisper next turn. Might have been a little bit greedy. Opponent, going to Sign in Blood. Slowly going. 1 land. Okay, so let's Night's Whisper. Draw some cards. There's our Okiba Gang Shinobi. That's interesting. Pretty far away from that, but so we'll just pass. Oh, it'd be rad if this could attack. Thorn, okay. You got it. So we will Phyrexian Rager. Draw a card, it's Seeker. Bazooka Bog, you. So our opponent's going to try to use the early Thorn to win the game here. Which is interesting. It might work. I don't feel like we're super good against Thorn. Okiba Gang Shinobi helps. What are we looking at here, opponent? They're going to Tendrils the Barrier, gain some life. Opponent thinking about attacking. No attacks. You got it. Okay, so we can play Thraben Inspector and Gurmag Angler here. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Basically do everything we can to stop them from like casting a removal spell and disrupting our play at the same time. Because if we can steal the Monarch from them before they can double spell, then we're in good shape. They are hitting their land drops pretty commendably, though. They're probably going to find another blocker here shortly. Down goes Rager. And Edict takes Thraben Inspector. And Edict takes Angler. Wow! Oh my god, that was some pretty unmatched savagery right there. So we're going to play 2 Seekers. Pass the turn. That was nuts. Sincerely not okay. There's Rager, yep. Land for turn, 4 mana. Another Thorn, okay. Well, it's not great, that's for sure. So we're going to Unearth Phyrexian Rager. Triggers. So we're going to lose our Seekers here. Oh yeah, no, they are getting mono black control nut draws like crazy here. Well, I am super happy to have this Bazooka Bog eat 2 things, but I don't know how useful that'll be. So we're going to attack, force a couple of blocks, and then play another creature and hope it's enough. Gain 6 life. We only have 7 minutes as well. Pass the turn. The chances of them not finding a removal spell or a creature to block are very low. Getting rid of those 2 edicts was pretty good. But they've been the Monarch for so long now. Like, we'll have to stick and defend an Okiba Gang Shinobi, which is not ideal. Edict, okay. Do you have another edict? Oof. Big oof. Just relic, okay. No big deal. Unless they like disfigure, but they can't disfigure and pop, so it doesn't really matter. They're gonna leave up the pop, okay. Big oof, gang, big oof. All right, we'll go to combat with Unwavering Initiate. There's no reason not to force them to sack this now. So they're going to trade their creature and relic, I guess, to deal with both sides of it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Let's draw a card. Opponent gonna sack relic, yep. And Rager is better than Inspector here, so I'm glad to have it. Diabolic Edict is okay. Not fantastic. Opponent has a jillion cards. So we're probably dead. There's Disfigure. All of my good luck. Oh dear. What do you mean priority? Hide or Thraben Inspector to counter their Divest. So we're pretty much dead here, gang. I'm not going to scoop, just cuz, but yeah. we are very much on the be dead plan here. So we'll pass. I guess we might as well play Spellbomb. Yep. It's time to give all of our opponents pristine 5-0 runs. Although we've already ruined this opponent's by winning a game off of them. So it does really help solidify the whole, you know, it only takes winning a game to make it matter. Opponent gonna nearly kill us with a single Gary. Probably make some attacks here. Yep. All right. Take a Jillian. What did I say? What was it? Dear God, we're probably dead. Was that one? Or like the undervaluing winning a game. That's probably why I value winning a game in a match so highly. All right, opponent, we get it. We get it. Drawn like hot tamales. Tamale cakes. Can't draw a card here. Basically dead. But we might as well play play like we're not. Oh yeah. It's funny, right? Like I've been on both sides of that before. Where both decks kind of like do their own thing for a long time and just keep each other. Oh yeah, we're probably dead. Gary. Night Mono Black. We have 2 deadweights for dorks. Be ready for slivers. This is not going to be slivers. We have 2 deadweights for dorks. And some 2-drops. We don't have any white mana. I think we're going to have to mulligan. It's close, but 1-landers are tough. They're like really, really hard. If we hit a white source, we're actually doing super well for ourselves. Actually, these Skyfishers, there isn't anything meaningful to bounce with them. All right, well, I'm not going to get any greedier than this. Hold on to it. Initiate is just fine. We'll play a land and pass the turn. What are Pestilence's problems, Lynx? I'm super lucky. Like every time I played Pestilence, it's treated me very, very well. Oh, it actually is slivers. Terry wasn't boggling me after all. Here they come. The boys in the slivers roll. I love Unwavering Initiate, man. This card is sweet. Tap land. Terry saying go. Tactical double bluff. That's tactical Terry for you, man. More Gurmag Anglers do not complement Gurmag Anglers super well. But if we get some bones here, there's any bones in this art? Help us with our anglers. Here it comes. Probably a 2/2. No, it's a... Oh, this is the, like, 16 Soul Sisters deck. This is gonna be, like, painful. Tron is Pestilence's problem? Oh, yeah, I could see that. Because you have to, like, kill them with Pestilence while keeping creatures on board. Yeah, it sounds a little fuddy-duddy to me. So we're just gonna attack, I think. This Edict's not really getting any better. But we can eat their creatures for now. There might be something more important to kill later. And although, they're going to get a lot of value out of this Sutra Priest. There's probably a time where Diabolic Edict will be better, so I'm going to hold on to Edict for a sec. We might be able to force them to chump with this plant. And it's not getting us to Angler any quicker at the moment, unless we draw Barrier of Bones, I guess. Does that do it? No. Close, though. Oh, God, Terry, what have you got for me, man? I really like that. I like the quick Unearth tech. Yeah, this Diabolic Edict, not getting a lot better at all. All right, so let's go ahead and Edict you. We're going to have to get some pretty quick rat tech going on here for game 2. Sacking the plant. Here comes some more townsfolk. I feel like there's going to be a rights or something, and it's going to hurt super duper bad. We'll go to combat. We'll attack with the initiate. I don't really want to eat it with a Gurmag Angler, but if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. I feel like a Gurmag Angler is pretty decent on this board, especially if we eat 2 of these bad boys. Nice, okay. Yep. So I'm making the call. Well, I might as well Barrier first. And yeah. Gotta go to the Gurm Daddy. All right, so we'll Gurm Father. It's a 5/5. Could have been some interesting stuff getting it down next turn, but yeah, it is nice on this board. Always gives us a blocker. That was a tough choice. I thought about keeping Core Skyfisher, but I wouldn't mind hitting a land here, and I wouldn't mind hitting a bit more graveyard shenanigans. Oh, Triplicate Spirits. Triple. They might have that pump spell too, that like weird Conspire pump spell. Could be trouble. All right, so let's go to combat. Attack with Gurm Father. And see what happens. Oh, do they have that pump spell? No. Okay, so they're going to take 5. Pay no heed. Main deck, pay no heed. They're going to chump. Okay. Initiate still traded. Oh, Might of the Masses. Oh, my God. That is so bad. Oh, that is so bad. Sure. Down goes the Gurm Father. Wow. All right, I suppose. Yep. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad value. You know the bad value always hurts me. These tokens are also about to hurt me. I feel like Revitalize. Terry loves them to Revitalize, man. I kind of do too. That was a mighty bit of Masses. He was in the water. I'm so sorry. I feel like your deck is being subject to my karma deficit of having done so well last night. Here come the Flyers. Yep. Now that's bad value. All right, we'll keep hitting our land drops and hopefully hit a Gurm Father next turn. Wow, we're still at 17, and they've only got 3 cards in hand. So long as those aren't some crazy anthems or something, we might be okay. But I can see it. More Revitalizes. Dig. Ooh, Sprout Swarm. Scatter the seeds. Okay. Happier to see that than Sprout Swarm, honestly. It's still fun. I really love those Seeker of the Way starts. We got a couple of really good ones against Mono Black. I feel like they got pretty lucky. Terry's just overwhelming us. We got the sideboard coming. We got a good old sideboard happening now. Don't even worry about it. It's going to be Anthem GG. I can feel it token in the air tonight. Oh man, I just got demonetized by mistake for singing a bad Phil Collins cover. Here comes the Manatithe. Ripperonis. Rip in pieces, everyone. No way. Okay. Thought I was about to get punished for not playing around Manatithe. I think so too, he was in the water. I think so too. Especially with such an anthemic board over there. So many peasants to rally. Battle Screech. They're probably packing Strands too, I'd say. Man, I love Battle Screech. Battle Screech is such a good card. You imagine? That was pretty gas, right? The one time you don't play around Manatithe. All right, they know the jig is up. They know how to play the token deck now. Are we just dead? Pretty nearly. Oh, there it is. Ramosia Rally. Cool. We're dead. Okay, so yeah, Strands and Rats, I think, is a great idea. Yeah, no, I just put them over there instead of where I wanted you to put them. And what comes out? What are we, like, Deadweight is pretty bad. Because it's targeted. Crip Rat's a lot better than Deadweight. And Diabolical Edict's really bad. So maybe... No, Standard Bearer doesn't do anything here. I guess a Nihil Spellbomb might be okay. Yeah, all your spot removal ain't good. One Spellbomb might be, like, okay. I don't think it'll be good. I think it'd be okay. Maybe bring in Okiba Gang Shinobi as another threat. They might have Journeys. Oh, yeah. Truth. So should we just turn up the heat? Bring in some Shinobis and... like... Spellbomb? I don't think we'll eat a Battle Screech. I think Terry's good enough that he won't let us eat a Battle Screech with a Spellbomb. So I think Shinobis can come in. And maybe we'll bring one of these in. We don't want any of this. So it's between these 5 cards. And I don't think I want anything. I don't want any of these more than... Oh, Might of the Masses. Wait. What am I even talking about? Okay, so bring in Standard Bearer. And I might go down 1 Shinobi for another Standard Bearer. I like Shinobi too, though. Yeah, it's just a fine card. Oh man, with these like just black mana draws. Awkward. I think we're gonna keep it and try to find a white source. Because we still have a turn 3 play. All we have to do is hit a land in 2 draws. It's not that hard. But we don't do anything if we don't. What else could we hit? We don't even have any more spot removal left. No, honestly, I think this is bad. I think this isn't good enough. 2 Anglers aren't doing anything for a while. Okay, I'm fine with this. So we'll keep this. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, play Swamp. Pass turn. Gas. Gas. Prepare for slivers. Friggin' Terry, man. Tactical Terry, give me the slivers guide. Easy game, easy life. Easy life, you say? Is this a journey? Maybe I should have brought the invokes in. Nope, just gather. Okay. So I'm okay Night's Whispering over anything else here. So we'll Night's Whisper, pump the Seeker. That life will be ours once again shortly. Draw a couple cards, one of which is an untapped black source. But I think we're just going to scour Barrens. We'll go to combat, attack with Seeker. Next turn, we're going to run out... Well, depending. I don't know if we'll be under enough pressure that we have to Crip Rats. I think we should expect Lumathread fields like crazy. More gathers, okay. Well, those first Crypt Rats could be chunky. It could be time to just cash one in. Like, what are we, like 2 for 1 them? Ain't too bad. Just keep attacking with Seeker. Ash Barrens. Getting another Seeker down is probably just better, though. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. So let's. Oh, they might have Ramosian Rally. If they have Ramosian Rally, this is super duper bad. So we don't want to play out Standard Bearer. I think we kind of have to do it, though. We have to play as if they don't have Ramosian Rally. So let's do it. Crypt Rats. They might have it, though. Crypt Rats X1. Got him. Attack with Seeker. Pass the turn. 6 cards in hand, though. Soul Warden, you got it. Here come the Sistas. Unwavering Initiate. Okay. So we might just play out the vanilla Ash Barrens here to get Seeker Initiate down. It might be time to Standard Bearer too to play around a pump spell. So let's Standard Bearer. It's going to let us a lot more safely attack him with this Seeker. They're going to raise the alarm. Yep. In response, which is a little odd. Triggers, triggers, triggers. And I think we just cycle this for black mana. Play another Seeker. So now we just really want to hit non-creature spells. And hopefully another Crypt Rats. Three cards in Terry's hand. But we do have to be cautious of Ramosian Rally. I think that could definitely become an issue. Pay No Heed might be in this deck too. Which hinders Crypt Rats by a lot. Because I think Crypt Rats deals the damage, right? Yeah. So if they Pay No Heed on Crypt Rats, it doesn't matter how many odd times we trigger it. What do we find? Rager. So run out Rager. Prismatic Strands. Okay. Not ideal. I wonder if our attack forces them to give up enough board presence that it matters. So if they want to trade half of Battle Screech and the Raise the Alarm with our Seekers, then so be it. No, they're just going to take it. Okay. Kind of makes sense, honestly. Got a lot of life. Land and Suture Priest. You got it. We need an Unearth or we need a Crypt Rats. Pretty good here. They're going to go Hellbent. Oh, is this another Battle Screech? Oh my god. Triplicate Spirits. So much life. Holy F. Yup. Here it comes. Here come the gains. Protein. So up to 26 for Terry. Gotta hit a non-creature spell like it's nobody's business here. I guess we have one, but not the one we really want to cast. Probably want to save that for the next couple of turns. Yeah, eh? Battle Screech is so much of a card. All right, I don't think we're at enough of a threat of being dead. I probably should have drawn first, but so be it. This is untap land, maximum punishment. Maximum punishment. And they're threatening, so we can block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage on the crackback. So I think we have to attack. What's up, Helutech? You sure do, man. You sure do. Because the thing is, if we don't pressure, then we're in a ton of trouble. So they're going to start chipping away at our board with their creatures. Yep. Yep. They're going to take 2. Glad to see a couple of flyers hitting the bin here. And we'll pass. This really needs to stay alive, so hopefully they don't find an anthem somehow. Battle Screech. Oh, God. Too many. Gaining 8. What is even happening? Yeah, Suture Priest on the other side. Oh, yeah. Getting done in here. Big league. Getting chewed up. Janked out. Okay, so we're going to take 5. Precariousness intensifying. And we draw barrier. Let's go ahead and chuck on barrier, see what information we get out of that. Triggers. It might not be worth gaining the life at this point, losing us life. Yep. What do we find? Skyfisher. Don't think Skyfisher is good enough. I think it's got to be Crypt Rats or bust. So play a land, play Unwavering Initiate, and I don't think our opponent's attacking on the ground anyway. So I think we have to get in with our Ragers. And it's going to have to be Strands into Rats to win here. So touchy stuff. Go down to 31. It's a lot of life. Colony Garden. Oof. Even Colony Garden's pretty good. Gains. Yeah, if we could just find a Crypt Rats, man, and just start turning man sideways. We're going to attack for 3. Okay. Am I with you, Helutech? Am I with you? Can you hear me? You got it. We go to 3. And they pass. Yeah. So I think we just got to pass here. Well, I guess we can try to force a little bit of action. Oh. You're just too stoked to be here, man. Happens. We'll pass. Maybe they wanted to see if we'd blow a Strands or something. Essence Warden, come on. Okay. Just 3 birds. You're with me. Good. Glad to have you, man. Glad to have you. So we got to do this or we die. I'm white. Oh, yeah. It's all the sisters. Terry playing around it like he's playing around Wreckage. What's up, Propaganda? How you doing tonight? Come through, man. How you doing? Playing against Tactical Terry. I don't know if you're familiar with my boy T. Yeah, okay. Unearth. Crypt Rats. Whoa. Thank you very much for the host propaganda. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. So we'll get back Crypt Rats. Oh, man. Let's go. So they do gain a bunch of life and we lose 1. We're going to go to 1 here. but 1 is not 0, am I right? So let's Crypt Rats X1. Blow up the board. Make sure you don't leave yourself dead somehow. Suture Priest off the top. Go to combat, attack for a bunch. Do some hope and wish and praying a la Dusty Springfield. Thank you very much for the host propaganda. I appreciate that, man. Pew. Well, any kind of board they can assemble is pretty good. But that was a crazy start from them. Let's see what it is. Warden. Okay. I will Diabolic Edict that. Well, we've got the mana to do so. It's about the best target Diabolic Edict is going to get its hands on. Land is not what I wanted to find, so we'll attack, attack, attack. For a bunch. Gotta play very carefully here. It'd be easy to be dead. This is wicked with Prismatic Strands, too. Oh, imagine. Well, they had... So it'd be way, way riskier if they weren't Hellbent, because they had their Ramosian rallies. Night's Whisper that we can't cast. I almost did, too. Night's Whisper that we can't cast. Attack, attack, attack. Maybe I should have defended those Seekers a little bit more. If this is what we were playing to. This is the board state we were hoping for. We'll pass. I double dare you. Like, scoop the match by casting a Night's Whisper. A time may come where that is appropriate. Ooh, Spider Silk Armor. A little late, a little late. They're at 8. They've gained a lot of life this game, too. Inspector, beautiful. Cast Inspector. Some more Seekers would be really nice. I totally see the justification for Invoke the Divine now. Nice deck. Appreciate it, bud. Guys, do not let me accidentally cast this Night's Whisper, for the love of God. Like, I'll do it. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. That's savagery, right? Those punts are hard to handle. Colony Garden, gonna gain him a life, get him a couple blockers. Wow, this is like way closer than I thought it was gonna be. Just for flavor. Hey man, the Phyrexians demand life. Attack, 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 attack. They get 2 blocks in here, but we got 3 no matter which way you cut it. So I think we got them. All right, Terry. All right. Oh, boy. So I realize I have 2 more Diabolic Edicts in here. Let's get those out of there. Those are real bad. And what do you think comes in instead? Another Shinobi. Maybe like 1 Invoke the Divine for their Spider Silk Armors, I guess. Could be Dece plus. Inspector. Oh, before they attack. Yeah, I guess so. They were dead. They could have gained a life there and then blocked where they didn't die. They would have gone to 4. Could have blocked our... No, yeah, could have blocked our 3-2 and our 2-2. Would have taken 3 down to 1. Would have lost. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. No problem, Propaganda. It's good to have you, man. Come through. Come through whenever. We're here. Playing Pauper. That's what we do. Hoy vey. Okay. Let's go. T-Core 2. The one and only. It was free? What do you mean? Hey, I guess so. I could have played the Inspector. I chose not to. All right, I'll keep it. It's not too bad. We got something to pick up that Might of the Masses. We've got Phyrexian Rager on tap here. Terry being on the play is a precarious suggestion. Keeping a Shinobi is just a fine card in the deck. It'll let us reset our cantrip creatures and stuff. More lands, not ideal, but lands that help us generate mana for Gurmag Angler are acceptable, I guess. It's kind of like ramp. Wild Barons. Man, so how many of you guys have like tried to make a land ramp deck work in Pauper? I feel like we've all been through that pilgrimage, you know? Oh, yeah, no, I had the mana to do it. But they would have gained life off their Essence Warden. We're at 20, Terry. Core Skyfisher, okay. Skyfisher isn't ideal either. But the turn after we Phyrexian Rager, it might be okay. So we'll play Standard Bearer, gain our opponent some life, protect ourselves from future Might of the Masses eating anglers. Lose a life. Suture Priest, man. Pretty decent. Here comes the token production, too. Here come the weenies. Here they come. Colony Garden. Yep. Yep. Crypt Rats, more like Clutch Rats. Am I right? Yeah, no, you like using an expedition map to find Tron? Yeah, no, exactly like that. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I think we're just gonna Rager here this turn. I think that's what we want to do. We can play a tap land, but then we have no way to get Shinobi down. I guess we could like Skyfisher back Standard Bearer and then Shinobi off of Skyfisher, but that seems kind of bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and play out Phyrexian Rager. Suture Priest. So whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, so Terry's control, he gains 1 life, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, I lose 1 life. So my Phyrexian Ragers lose me 2 life. It's pretty tech. They drew me another card to be nice. Barrier Bone's going to help with the Gurm ramp plan. No attacks with the Standard Bearer. Although I might be able to. I really do want to foil the Might of the Masses plan. It's a pretty easy way to win a quick game. And if we draw, maybe I do want to go on tap land. Shinobi. It's a bummer that black mana matters so much. Soul Sister on steroids, right? They're probably going to see it coming. I'm going to try it. Go to combat. Attack with Rager. It's kind of like a Core Skyfisher move. I feel like them having less cards in hand is pretty critical as well. Ah, they're going to block. All right. Looked right through us. So let's Barrier of Bones. And at this point, it might be more appropriate to even just pick up Rager. Like with all the value they're getting out of these Wardens. Too much bouncy shenanigans might be inappropriate. I think I'm going to keep Night's Whisper. And yeah, run out Skyfisher. Although it does keep the pressure on. And we could have got an Angler down next turn. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna pick up Rager. And pass. Yeah, connecting with Ninja would be pretty sweet. Ugh, gross. That's so much life. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay. Yep. You got it. Yeah, I think so too. I think so. We're gonna Skyfisher here. We're gonna see if we can't get down an Okiba Gang Shinobi. Ninja for 1. What? No, it costs 4. It's a pretty expensive ninja as far as ninjas go. Rat for 1. Yeah. Rat ninja. They are going to block. Okay. Chumping away. You got it. And we will Night's Whisper over Rager. No untap land. So we'll play Scoured Barrens, gain some life. And run out Skyfisher. Yeah, run out Skyfisher, pick up Barrier. I think. We do have a lot of flying blockers now, too. Like, maybe we should actually slow it down a little bit and see if we can just survive until we find a Crypt Rats. Yeah. Best turn. It's really weird trying to play against it because I have no idea what this matchup is. I guess a lot of people were probably in that position trying to play against me last night. Oh my god, they're going to gain a lot of life. Here they go to like over 100. No attacks. All right, you got it. Our turn. Rager. Man, everything is dealing so much damage to us. But I think it is what it is. So we'll play up for Phyrexian Rager. Give us a good target for our Skyfisher. It could be time to start barriering, too. Wow. Yeah, we take 3 every time we play one of these. Am I just putting myself within lethal range? Land drop is fine. And we'll Skyfisher. Probably pick up Ash Barrens, honestly. Deal 2 to ourselves again. Yeah, it's really Crypt Rats or bust here. And that even becomes an issue at some point. We shouldn't pick up Ash Barrens. We'll pick up Rager. But for now, I'm not dead. That's right. For now, I am not dead. Although, we seem to have met our match here with Suture Priests dealing so much damage. Getting pinged away by the Suture Priests. Battle Screech. Caw! Alright, we are deeply on the Crypt Rats or bust plan now. And Terry still has 3 cards in hand. Yikes. Yep. You got it. Trigger, 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 trigger. Yoy. It's gonna be hard to beat this many birds. Don't know how much bird beating experience y'all have, but pretty good draws to be on 5 life on turn 6. Scoop phase? I think so. So if we take 2 off of Phyrexian Rager to draw a card, we may still be able to cast Crypt Rats X1. So I think we have to do it. And I should play at this plains first. So play plains, play Phyrexian Rager. Deal 3 to ourselves, down to 6. Yep. Swamp. So we're probably actually just dead. Okay. Maybe it's the next card in our library. I think we're actually dead, though. So if we block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They get in for 1, 2, 3, 4. We can block. Yeah, we're dead. Oh, Terry, you got me. All right, that's it. Terry got us. Dead meat. Boom, boom. Right? No blocks to be made. Yeah, if we play creatures, we lose more life than we save. All right, Terry's going to show us his hand. Let's see what they found. Let's see it, Terry. Let's see the hand. Oh my god, so Crypt Rats wouldn't have even done it. Wow. Yeah, we were dead a bunch of times. That was nuts. All right. This hand is totally fine. Seeker into Night's Whisper. Get back Seeker. I like it. There's nothing that does exactly what Barrier does, especially not with Unearth. Unearth is really cool with it. Ooh, Lava Runner Burn. Well, this Seeker's going to be interesting. Especially because we get to buy it back, which is just nuts. Because they like waste a burn spell on it. And then we buy it back. We don't have any instant speed ways to trigger it just yet. Thraben Inspector. Good draw. So we will inspect. Inspector Thraben. Dooka-dooka-doop. Boop, 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 boop. Guys like that one? A little rendition there. Rendiddly. Riftbolt comes out of exile. Slays us. Get slayed. Hey, Pauper R Bust. How you doing tonight? There are about 340 cards that do great with Unearth. I think it's pretty cool, man. And it's a good blocker, too. I don't know. I like it. Opponent, double Lava Runner. All the way across the sky. Well, no. Thraben Inspector is not going to help here. Wow. Oh, oof. Big oof, guys. Okay. So I think we're going to attack for 1 and play Skyfisher, but if our opponent has Searing Blaze, a land, and another burn spell, we're in a lot of trouble. Or maybe we just play Seeker now. Seeker can't block, so we'll Skyfisher. If they kill it, we can Unearth it next turn while playing Seeker, so I think it's worth doing that. But man, fast start out of burn. Cycle's Forgotten Cave. Okay, so they're not worried about land drops. Or they are, and would like to Searing Blaze. Blaze. Lava Spikes us. Okay. Well then. That's not too bad. We're holding back their attackers for a second. Being on 1 white man is a little awkward, but that's nice. A little bit of life gain to add to the party. So we'll play Seeker, play Scour Barons, pass the turn. They're kind of signaling they don't have any removal. That or they're just sandbagging it for the Seeker here. We don't want to block this Seeker, unfortunately. They chose not to do anything about it. They might just be able to win. Could be why. Attack. Okay. Block. They have 3 bolts, we die. So Seeker's either going to gain us 3 or save us 2 and gain us 3 in the future. I think we're going to go this line. And the next turn we can initiate, Unearth Thraben Inspector, or Unearth Seeker of the Way. Ugh. I feel like they have a removal spell for it. Maybe they don't. I think we die if they do. So we're just going to take 2 and hope they don't have 3 bolts to kill us. Or they just don't have a way to address Seeker of the Way. We don't have a target for this Unearth either, which is kind of awkward. They might be able to kill us instant speed in response to our Knight's Whisper. Excuse me. Not running Ramosian Rally in the version of this. I am playing in November. Facebook. Oh, okay. Yeah. Gleam of Resistance. Which one's that? Oh, yeah. I was totally worried about that. Whoa. That's kind of nuts. Astrobani, doing the math, figuring out whether they can win or not. That or they disconnected while I wasn't looking. Nope. Just Seeker of the Way, not blocking. Opponent needle drops us down to 8. So they are digging for removal here. We can't go to 6 off of Knight's Whisper, even to turn this on. So we're in some trouble here. Ugh. Okay. If they have 2 bolts, we die. But they must not have bolt or they'd kill Seeker. I think we have to Knight's Whisper anyway. Like, Knight's Whisper gains us a life. So if you've got a lightning or 2 lightning bolts, we die. And it is what it is. Because we're pretty much dead to that anyway. Here goes the 2 life. Draw a couple cards. Go to combat and swing. No blocks from our opponent. All right, so it's Diabolic Edict. Get rid of Lava Runner. Gains more life. Oh, no way. They're going to Fire Blast Seeker. Okay. Lava Runner down. We're at 6. All the gods, I believe? What? All right, opponent has 1 card in hand. We're at 6. We get Seeker back next turn. No mana to unearth it there, which is definitely a beating. Opponent plays nothing. Okay. So we'll go straight up, unearth, Seeker of the Way. We definitely want some non-creature spells here. So I think we're going to play Thraben Inspector, draw card. You obviously have no idea what we're trying to do here, Heliotech. What are you talking about playing good cards? That was last night when I 10-0'd. It was sick. You missed that one. All right, so let's hope we can give Seeker lifelink at some point, and our opponent can't kill us. Probably dead. We're at 3. Lava Spike does it. Cool. I don't really know how I could have played differently back there. Well, if you guys notice anything, let me know. I think we did it pretty much optimally there. So, all right, burn. Is this the Invoke the Divine matchup? This is definitely Prismatic Strands. Deadweights aren't very good here. Not all of them, anyway. I much prefer our Edicts. Night's Whisper is a little bit worse than some other spells. Oh, Keeping Shinobi could be pretty nuts, right? Good cards? We don't do that here. Standard Bearer? All right, I'm in. And I could definitely see Shinobi being good as well. And Invoke the Divine for the curses? They might not have their artifacts, though. I guess we could destroy one of our own artifacts. It's not a big deal. And Lightning Strike, what? Do we want to go down all of our removal? Maybe we want to go down some Night's Whispers. This might not be Strands. What do you think he was in the water? What are we cutting? Here's what's coming in. I can see Barrier not being like ideal here, so we'll cut these guys. Probably go down the other 2 Deadweights and maybe 1 Night's Whisper. See how that goes. I like that. Let's try it like that. 3, baby. Well, we got our artifact to sack to gain life. It's a little slow otherwise, but it's a hand, so I'll keep it. I don't mind Unmake here. I'm okay with like the 5 removal spells because accelerators are what makes burn as crazy as it is. Like our opponent having that turn where they just like killed our blocker and attacked for 4. Like that was nuts. So I'm okay having Heliotech, we're all well aware of how bad the cards we play are, okay? God, man. If you want to watch a spiky stream, like, you can watch your own stream. We're Johnnies and Jennies in here, man. When in Rome, dude. Go get your jank. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to be embarrassed to be in janky here. I know you're just trying to cover it up. I know that deep down, you're insecure about your jank, but you don't have to be that way here, man. You can just be comfortable with your jank in front of us. Air your jank. You know, it's very liberating. Just let it out, man. 2 mana. Searing Blaze, Thraben Inspector. Yep. Draw Scour Barons. Okay. Few too many lands here. Few too many lands. So we'll lose 1, draw 1. Skyfisher, okay. Doesn't do too bad a job picking up Lava Runners. Curse. Oh, where's Invoke the Divine? Come on. Because somebody trying to pick up a Momir partner. Hopefully you find somebody to play with, man. Well, gang, I don't know if we're is so unassuming. Jank pie. We drew a lot of lands this game, gang. But we also have a clock on board. Hopefully that matters. Opponent seems a little choked on lands. Just a little bit. There's Rift Bolt. And feeling like they're going to try to kill us next turn. So we're going to do a little bit of thinning upkeep. Hopefully we don't get burned for it. Get it? Because we're not doing anything with the mana in our hand. So we'll go ahead and shuffle away, hopefully, some basics off the top. And keep it running. Try to kill burn. Come on. Gotta get a match in here, guys. I guess we'll get white source. We don't have any untapped white sources. Okiba Gang Shinobi. That's actually pretty okay. So play an untapped land. Go to combat. Swing, swing. Go through to blocks. And Okiba Gang Shinobi. Of course, Terry. Of course. Good luck, man. Yeah, this is the feel-good janky stream. I even ate some oatmeal earlier. It was quite nice. So opponent's going to lose one of their bolts to the Shinobi. Fortunately. Fortunately for us. Hopefully we don't die, though. Rift Bolt is suspended. So it'll be Rift Bolt, Burn Spell, Fire Blast, and we'll scoop it up. No, I know, babe. Listen, if I needed anybody to criticize my awful choices, I'd just ask my mom about my life, okay? Was that too much? Was that way too edgy? Was that like Instagram popping through to Twitch for a second? Come on, Invoke the Divine. Land. All right, let's play Scour Barons, gain a life. What's up, Derailed? Just one random guy. Oh, nice. Okay, so we found a Seeker. No non-creature spells for it. And edgy, and +2 for me. We are at the upper boundary of edginess. What do you got, opponent? 2 mana. It's a curse. Yep, going down to 4. And Fire Blast does it. Well. Okay. So we'll play Scour Barons, gain some life. And we pretty much have to Night's Whisper into Invoke here. We net life with Seeker of the Way. And if I think if our opponent was going to Fire Blast, they would have done it by now. Yikes. Okay. Well, we're at 3. So we'll unearth. Raven Inspector. Trigger Seeker. Trying to crawl back here. And we might draw a 1-drop, so I'm going to go ahead and crack a clue. Bazooka Bog. Okay. Attack for 8. They're going to have to kill us from 7 this turn. That's only 5 damage. That's not a very big ask from Burn. So we'll find out what they've got going on for them over there. Play Thraby, baby. Maintain the upkeep stop for Ash Baron's purposes. And hope we're not dead. Mostly. Hey, we got him. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with sideboarding. Let's run it back. Cut myself on that edge. Right? Honestly, I don't think I made that many bad choices. Yeah, we like to try things out in public here. We don't just like, do it in the dark by yourself. in the just for fun room on a throwaway account. That's no good. We have a couple standard bears. We have something for their first accelerator. We might be able to sneak down an Okiba Gang Shinobi. This also might be way too slow. I'm going to keep. We actually haven't seen that many Gurmag anglers. These guys will buy us a little bit of time, so I'm okay with that. Man, congrats for your brother. That's awesome. Did you get a place? Are you headlining? Got to be a speech at the very least. Even if it's bad terms, you got to have a speech. Those are the best ones, honestly. The ones you see on TLC later. Play the swamp. Apparently I have horrible indigestion. It's probably because I just slammed a bunch of oatmeal before I started streaming. Pro tip, don't slam a bunch of oatmeal before you start streaming. We take 3 down to 14. Angle and bones out here. I get burned so much mulliganing. Oh yeah. I found out I was doing a speech at a friend's wedding the day of, which is like, is that not brutal? That's just like savagery, right? Drew a little bit more removal than I'd like to see. Opponent only has 3 cards in hand and we're at 14 though. They're gonna have to bolt this standard bearer someday. Slam that oatmeal, no fear. See, I do it at night. Like maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's kind of why I'm having sleeping problems. My body's like, Jeff, this is obviously the cuisine of... This is the dawn cuisine. This is the cuisine of the morning, of the well-rested individual. Go to combat. Swing with standard bearer. And we're going to play another one, I think. Over... Well, no, we should Thraben Inspector. Or Skyfisher Thraben Inspector. So we'll Skyfisher, grab a land, play a land, play Thraben Inspector, and pass. So we have an answer for their first accelerator, which they may be aware of. Nice. Okay. Not a big deal. So we will Diabolic Edict you. We want nothing to do with that. And I will risk not drawing this turn because of it. Attack for 4. Put our opponent to 15. Kimchi for breakfast. Man. So I made some pickled Swiss chard recently. It was really delicious. And it's kind of got me on that feel that it might be a good thing. Part of me really wants to crack a clue here. I think I might just play another standard bearer and pass. Might have been okay to leave up on make, but standard bearer is slowing them down like crazy and it's keeping the pressure up. So we'll keep going like that. Hitting another land for Okiba Gang Shinobi is obviously pretty sick, but we'll see what happens there. Opponent just passing. Wow. What do we draw? Bajuka Bog. Okay. So we'll bog you. Go to combat. And attack. Hey, man. Thank you very much for the good luck. No worries. Have a good sleep. Thanks for dropping in. All right, so we'll pass. We're just going to crack a clue here. And next turn, we're going to try to slam Okiba Gang Shinobi and get moving on things. Opponent Stagger Shocks. Nice. Okay. Pretty decent answer to standard bearer. TBH. And they're going to get to cast some spells this turn. And we're at 14. Things definitely could have gone better for us. All told. We can deal 5 to our opponent next turn. Things are going to have to be pretty extra special for us to win, though. Curse, okay. And we are getting 2 cards out of their hand, which is pretty good. Speaking of extra special, but I don't think there's any better play than just Okiba Gang Shinobi here. What do we draw? Untap Plains is wicked. That means we'll get to redeploy our Thraben Inspector. So play a land, go to combat, swing. Go through to blocks, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Shinobi back, Thraben Inspector. Put our opponent to 1. 2 cards in hand. And we'll even have a blocker for Lava Runner. They discard 2. And we won the match. Cool. Won the die roll. Play first. Tim Canpy. So this is going to be Stompy, and it's going to be fast, and it's probably going to hurt, and we have Gurmag, Angler, and lands, so we're going to mulligan. Okay, it's Stompy. It's Stompy, right? So we have Barrier of Bones. We're on the play. We get to deadweight their first creature. We have Edict in hand, and we have an Unearth to get back our barrier. I think I'm actually going to keep this, and we're going to hope we find a land. I know, my optimism knows no bounds. What's up, Bozo? How you doing? Come on through. It is. It's too late to take the opponent to Bone Town. Nice. Found a land. So we'll play a land, and we can't block Pit Skulk, so we'll deadweight it right away. We have an Edict for their next creature. 2 mana. What do we find? Burning Tree. Ugh. Ugh. That's why I turn off auto yields as much as I do. Everyone. P.S. All right, so we kind of want to make this Diabolic Edict about as good as we can. I don't really know how to do that necessarily, so I think I'm going to Barrier here over Skyfisher. We will top that. And Bazooka Bog, you. So next turn we might be able to go, if they don't have a bunch more creatures. They probably have about 1,000 more creatures. But we might be able to deadweight into Edict to take out Ledgewalker if they just go into Elephant Guide here. Nice. Okay, so that's not the end of the universe. So we are going to get to at least get the Elephant Guide off the table after having taken 4. All right, our turn. So we'll draw Deadweight. We'll Deadweight, Burning Tree. And Diabolic Edict you. And hopefully start getting the value going here with Barrier of Bones. I'm probably going to block, and then we'll unearth and return it to our hand with Skyfisher. I think is how I see this going. Oh, Edict on their turn. Yeah. Probably was a good call. There's another Ledgewalker. Not ideal. Opponent's going to get in. Yep. So we'll block. Pretty easily here, especially where we have Unearth in hand. We do have more answers for this. Oof. Oof. That was greasy. What do we draw? Swamp. Okay, so let's unearth Barrier. Additional blocking. Don't need this. Put it into the graveyard. And Skyfisher back Barrier. Play Swamp. Play Barrier. And I guess we'll top this. Pass turn. Ooh boy. Gonna need a Gurmfather about 4 turns ago. Ugh. Gross. Yep. Attacks. This isn't getting any better, so I'm gonna block with it. Diabolic Edict is coming off the top, but it's not gonna do anything against Solana Ledgewalker, so sketchy turns ahead, gang. 1 card in our opponent's hand. I'm assuming it's a Vines of the Vastwood. They generally play in a way where Vines will win, so I'm going to leave Backcourt Skyfisher. We're going to have to block this turn. Just in case. Depending on what they draw, I guess. Yep. Did I say strictly? I didn't, right? Block here, because they won't be sacking it. Diabolic Edict you. F6. So we have to find another Edict effect, basically, to win, and I don't know if that's going to happen. They could just have double Vines here and win. So we'll take 3 down to 8. Double Vines wins it for him here, too. Barrier, don't think it's going to get us there. Opponent's sandbagging pretty hard. I don't know if maybe they know what's coming, or they think they know what's coming anyway. All right, I'll just leave you guys to your own devices. This opponent has the Vines, FT dub. We were drawing Night's Whisper and then blockers. All right, Stampy. So we want our Crypt Rats. We probably want our Snuff Outs. Actually, Crypt Rats probably isn't that good. So we want our Snuff Outs. We want our Prismatic Strands. and we want our standard bearers. There's even an argument for like Invoke the Divine. Diabolic Edicts are a lot worse in this matchup. Although they are good. No, they have those hexproof creatures, so we probably want these. No. That is not what I'm going to do. I do that every Monday. I've been doing that for a whole year. Well, I guess they're not all tier 1, but they are a good time. Barrier's actually kind of good in this matchup. So what do we want to go down? Yeah, keep the edicts for sure. I actually think like the main deck isn't that bad here. We might want to lose the Night's Whispers, but that's still kind of sketchy. Might want to lose the Initiates. I guess they can get 2 blocks. All right. They want me to take out the Initiate. Yeah, and Unearth probably doesn't get as much value here. I agree with that as well. That's a really good point. I guess it gets us like another blocker, but these also are just better than that. So that's a really good point. And then I think the next considerations would be Crypt Rats and Invoke the Divine. This blows up their Elephant Guides, gains us 4 life, wouldn't be that bad. But I don't know what would come out. I would bring in like these together. The thing about Stompies is if you let them get to turn 5 and then you Crypt Rats X2, like you're already almost dead, right? So you might be putting yourself to like 2 or 3, 5, something like that. And even then, like you like Crypt Rats and Wrath or whatever, you've been chump blocking for the last 2 turns and then you just die anyway. Snuff Out might not actually be better than Crypt Rats though. I don't really know how much life total we're looking to sell here, but we'll find out. Yikes. Mulligan. It's not too bad. Has removal. Turn 1 Bazooka Bog's a little awkward, I guess. Oh, we can go turn 1 Plains. We'll try it. See what happens. Mr. Canpy down to 6. Mr. or Mrs., I guess. We never actually got to talk. Never had a chat. We have played against each other a fair bit. We'll keep removal, of course. Although our opponent might be a little bit more hasty with chumpers here. So if we can get like a Pit Skulk or whatever, I'll probably take care of it, yeah. Turn 1 Pit Skulk, pretty decent. Alright, so we'll play a land, and we'll just Diabolic Edict right away. Next turn, plan to Thraben Inspector, Core Skyfisher. I think we kind of need Night's Whisper. I appreciate that idea for sure, but I feel like we kind of need it. So this time we're going to develop some blockers. We're going to go ahead and Thraben Inspector and pick up Thraben Inspector, pass the turn. Tim Canpy, man, they're at the top of the trophy list for a reason. It's like going into a room with 300 people. And they're like, we're giving you our best. Riverboa, okay. Deadweight's pretty good against this, which is nice. But opponent doesn't have any good attacks right now. Unless they're going to trade a pump spell with a Core Skyfisher, they very well may. I don't want to. Okay. Our turn. It looks like they're going to defend something from removal. So if we're not going to unmake this turn, should probably just play a couple Inspectors. Then Loyal Cathar, that makes the Spirit. It has Vigilance, and it comes back as a 3/2. So when the board is clear, it gets to shine. Pass turn. Crypt Rat's honestly looking pretty good on this board. Could have been a mistake not bringing in Crypt Rats. We'll just pass. We can fight off their X2s. We're going to draw another card. Standard Bearer would obviously be amazing. Snuff Outs wouldn't be bad. Especially in combination with Unmake, I guess. They might have Vines or something. I'd sooner double block with Thraben Inspectors here than I would single block with Skyfisher, because an Evasive Threat is a way we could win the game. So I'll allow them to try to trade with a couple of creatures if they want to. But I feel a pump spell coming on pretty good here. They're also going to get Divines up or Hunger up a Pit Skulk. So a couple creatures die. We take 2. And Hunger? Yeah. Okay. So they're going to hunger up Riverboa. This exiles, fortunately. There's Standard Bearer. Right on time, bud. Jeez. So now we got to hope to draw untap land. Okay, they're going to tap out. That's good. That's really good, actually. Gleeful Sabotage on clues. Okay. Oh, yeah. No, they're very good. And it comes back. Untap land would obviously be ideal here. That's not too bad. Okay, so we have to take care... Frig. So I think we have to play Standard Bearer. We're going to have to take a little damage here, is basically what I'm getting around to. So we'll do it like this, and then we might chump here. That could have been our opportunity, honestly, to do something about it. And now they can just... If they have like a Vines in hand... All right, so I think we will chump here. Thraben Inspector is a pretty good blocker on this board, actually. Maybe we just take 5. Let's take 5. See what this is. Yep. And additional mana, Nest Invader. Okay, so we're going to Diabolic Edict now, because it's not getting any better. Yeah, they might not have Vines. It doesn't matter now that we have Standard Bearer anyway. It was basically about whether we were going to take that 5 or not. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. We should do it on their turn. We'll pass. Good blockers, Standard Bearer on board, but we do have to win eventually. That's kind of the difficult part here. Yeah, it is, eh? Our opponent going to go to attacks first, wisely. Yep, go through the blocks, no blocks. And no effects from our opponent. So we will try to unmake your Riverboa. So the regenerate doesn't work here. And opponent just passes, okay. Seeker, beauty. All right, so play Seeker. And I think we're going to attack with Skyfisher. We got to start doing something. We're trading 1 for 1 with a deck that has just like infinite powerful cards. Looks like our opponent will just pass. They're going to attack with Nest Invader. Block with Seeker. Diabolic Edict to you. Trigger Seeker, gain some life. And now we're hellbent, so they got perfect information. They're not going to be hiding from the Crypt Rats or anything like that anymore. They'll probably just like run out their creatures. So gain 3, they'll lose Nest Invader. All they have is Quirion Ranger left on board, no blockers for Seeker of the Way, no haste for us to be worried about, so we'll go to combat. Attack, attack, attack. Yep. And we will Skyfisher back, Thraben Inspector. Play Thraben Inspector and pass the turn. Hopefully we can close this one up pretty quickly here. No, I guess so. All right, cool. So now what? Having seen that, Crypt Rats probably does seem a lot better than Snuff Out. So I think Crypt Rats are going to come in, and I think we'll go down. Maybe 2 Crypt Rats is good enough. For reasons before stated. So we'll try like that. All right, Tim Campy, what do you got for us? We got Standard Bearer straight away, so it's going to have to be good. We'll keep. I think Deadweight does, yeah. No one drop is good news for us. Untap land would be great. No untap land. That's okay. I imagine if they had gut shots in their sideboard, they've come in here. Nest Invader, sure. Play land, play Standard Bearer. Best to be safe. Next turn, it's going to be Skyfisher. Pick up a land, play Barrier of Bones, unless we hit our land drop, of course. So I know some Stompy decks are really like skimpy on Epic Confrontation lately. I've seen more gut shots around than I have Epic Confrontations, but maybe now that Tribe is kind of on the downswing, there won't be as much of that. One's going to get him for 2. They have 3 mana, so I don't know if they're on all pump spells or what. Because they kept a 2-drop in hand. Maybe they had a way to like combo off and win the game or something. More Nest Invaders, okay. Diabolic Edict's looking pretty bad here. Pit Skulk, all right. Our turn. So, oh, Deadweight. All right, so let's play Skyfisher. I think we have to dig for land here. Like, I kind of want to deadweight something, but in some ways, Barrier of Bones prevents that much damage anyway. However, Pit Skull could get pumped up, and then we could just lose. Like, they could Epic Confrontation, and then we're probably not going to just lose, actually. So let's dig for lands. Ugh. All right. Put it in the graveyard. Hopefully we find some way to buy that back later. Pass over to our opponent. Oh, is Jessness on Tribe? Or do they just have that many trophies because Tribe? Man, Unearth Crypt Rats is actually bananas. Because you can do it with 1 black mana and use the rest of your black mana to board wipe. And if we got them on no good attacks here, yeah, that's awesome. Okay, what do we draw? Land. Ugh. Okay. So let's go to combat. We'll attack with Skyfisher. And I don't think we're forced to do anything besides deadweight Skargan Pit Skulk here. But I'd preferably be hitting a land drop there. Oh, hell yeah. Just mismatched, though. Not like, no, it's not too bad. Like, just mismatched. All right, our turn comes back. Land, okay. So go to combat. We're going to attack with both Skyfishers. 2 cards in our opponent's hand. And Phyrexian Rager will come down, and we can start attacking with that. Lose a life, draw an Angler. Hell yeah. Hopefully we can close it out. They're flooding out pretty good over there. Sure. So we'll take 1 down to 17. I don't think it's time to start serving with Phyrexian Rager. Although maybe it is. They're playing like we're going to do that. So I actually think, so we'll deadweight this. Go to combat, swing, swing, swing. Play out another Rager. And then next turn, Gurmag Angler. I'm going to trade off with the Rager, take 4, down to 10. Play a Rager. Yeah, we just had turn 2 Standard Bearer and they couldn't find an answer. Which is pretty decent. I mean, if they do find it, then we're in trouble. They got a million chump blockers for a Gurm Angler. And they're going to keep pecking in for 1. So I admire that. Our turn. Go to combat. Attack with 2 powered stuff. Attack, attack, attack. And they could just be holding onto a gut shot to just like totally next level us here soon. I'm going to keep trading with Ragers. Yep. I'd almost prefer that. Just like get blockers out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, not even close. Never mind. So we'll Gurm Angler. do not want to get rid of that Crypt Rats if possible. Go like this and pass. They're at 6. Got a bunch of flyers and Standard Bearer and Gurmag Angler. And we won the match. Sweet. This hand is good against some decks. I think it's too greedy to ship this, especially where we're on the play. All we have to do is hit on tap land and we're in pretty good shape. Seeker with Night's Whispers is gas. Gas money. And if this is something like Tron, we'll just run them over. Attack them for 6 every turn. And opponent's deep on the malls. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Just scrying. What'd you do with your scry there, opponent? 1 on top. Okay. So we'll Scoured Barrens and pass turn. Tri-Mirrors. Oh, damn. Boros Monarch. Okay. Well, we're going to test out the Monarch matchup, gang. See if we can draw out a removal spell for the Seeker straight away. Slow our opponent down. And then next turn, we'll start Whispering, trying to outvalue them in the early game, and then hopefully overcome them in the mid game. Overcoming Boros Monarch in the mid game seems like a little bit of a precarious suggestion, though, huh? They have exactly Lightning Bolt here, I guess. Oh, no, they have Galblast. Okay. All right, 3 mana, so we'll just run out of 3/2. Not super important to start Night's Whispering just yet, because we don't have anything to do with the extra mana. Hopefully I don't have a journey for this bad boy. Ooh, it always has to be Boros Monarch right at the end. That late night grind fest, man. Opponent missing land drops. That might be why they're on 6. They went down to 2, scryed a land to the top. Or went down to 6, scryed a land to the top. Oh, Glinthawk? Gross. Nope, just cycling Secluded Step. Okay, so they found tons of lands. Nice. Okay, so Unearth, Seeker, Bog You. I said Bog You. And we're going to actually Skyfisher back the Bog. I know it sounds crazy, but I am crazy. Two Geists in the sideboard. Oof. They're going to Journey. Okay, Journey on Seeker. Seeker isn't bad against their deck. I actually think Skyfisher might be a bit better, though. It's not a trivial decision. All right, they're going to Journey Seeker. And Thraben Inspector. All right, you got it. Hit a land. So let's Night's Whisper, see what we find. Gurmag Angler. Well, that's welcome. So I think we're going to... I kind of want to draw again, because we're going to hit Gurmag Angler next turn anyway. Let's go to combat and attack. I'd rather hold on to this Bog. They're going to chump. Okay. Sure. Down to 17. Yeah. So we're not getting Seeker of the Way back anytime soon, so I'm actually going to keep churning through my deck here. Okay. Cool. Just a sec, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry, someone just aggressively trying to be let in somewhere. I don't even know where. Oh, all right. Thank you very much. You're up too late anyway, Helutech. You're probably like ruining your sleep schedule a little bit, bud. I think Angler could be okay, especially where we've seen one of their journeys. If we see another one here, I'll be feeling quite happy about this. Nope, just Skyfisher. Okay. Skyfisher, not a big deal. Barrier of Bones is kind of like a ritual. So we can tap out, Bojuka Bog away this Firebolt, cast Gurmag Angler, then what does next turn look like? What if they're missing land drops, so we don't have to be too afraid. I think they're going to play Ichor Wellspring to try to find a land, or crack this Clue to try to find a land. So it might be a decent time to take a turn off to Angler. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I'm going to get black mana with this. And play this 1, 2, 3, 4. Gurmfather? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grandfather. Now we just gotta try to... the first two matches, I think match 1 was... Man, I'm so bad at remembering this. Like, I just played them. I can't remember what match 1 was. Match 2 was against Terry, who is on this crazy, like, 16 Soul Sisters deck. Match 3 was against Burn. Mono Black Control, that's correct. Yeah, we're 2-2. Let's go. What's up, Skyp? 712. Oh, they have the Journey. Come on, opponent. Why, though? Yeah, and Mono Black Control was match 1. That's right. Oh, you always imagine the door on the other side? The suspended disbelief is ruined, Lawbert. I'm sorry. They're going to bolt Skyfisher. All right, opponent has the board clear. So we got to start doing some digging again, which isn't... We're not in a terrible position to start doing that. Thraben Inspector is not bad. So, yeah, actually, that's probably better. So we'll Thraben Inspector. Make a clue. And Skyfisher back Thraben Inspector. Play Bajuka Bog. Bog you. Get rid of that Firebolt. And I think we just draw a card instead of Barrier here. Pass the turn. Oh, yeah. Yep. Invoke the Divine is going to be sweet here. So opponent finally taking some time off to find their land drop. I'm surprised that they... I guess Gurmag Angler was a sufficient enough threat that they couldn't really let us get away like that. The frig is this? Coldotha Rebirth. Barrier Bones can be pretty good against that. And I guess we just have pretty good blockers anyway. We're going to have to find another Angler to win. Or find a way to get back... Oh, we can get back Initiate, I guess. Initiate's not bad against these guys either. Land. Gurmfather. All right. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can Barrier Bones, Inspector, and Gurmag Angler. So I'm going to Barrier Bones first. And Bog can go to the bin. And Thraben Inspector. Get a clue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gurmfather. Wait a minute. No, that's good. Okay. Gurmfather. Pass the turn. Start attacking with a 5/5 next turn. Opponent's on 3 cards in hand. Daddy's home. Yeah, if we had like main deck Crypt Rats or something like that. I feel like it's got good enough synergy with... This is a counting stream. We are now playing Math Time with Jeff. Math is a wonderful thing. Opponent going to get frisky with the Skyfisher. I can't imagine why. We're going to take 2. Bamboozled. I think they have Galvanic Blast. It's not turned on. They want to kill this. That's the gist. That's the gist I'm getting. I guess they can triple block and like 2-for-1 themselves on Gurmag Angler next turn. I probably shouldn't give them the opportunity to do that. There's Seeker. Nice. All right, so I'm actually going to get probably a little more aggressive than I should here. I'm going to draw out that Galvanic Blast. So I'm going to 2-for-1 them with Gurmag Angler, especially where we have an answer to Core Skyfisher in hand. They're just going to chump. Okay, good. Even better. So we'll play out Seeker. And let's draw. Ooh. All right. Well, play out Skyfisher as opposed to leaving anything else up. And we'll get Barrier here and replay Barrier. Diabolic Edict probably into the bin. Yeah. It's a Cold Oath or Rebirth deck. I can't imagine it's that good. We'd rather have another threat. Double X Nasty is not into counting. What about counting? What is that card? Like, blow up target enchantment and all other enchantments that share a color with it? That card is crazy. I love that card. I can never remember the name of it when I'm building sideboards. I have to like look it up in Moto based on like the Oracle text or whatever. So we'll see what our opponent's up to. Leave no trace. Yes, man. That is such a cool card. I don't know when it's appropriate or why it's appropriate. I've played precisely one in any sideboard ever. But I've been blown out by it a few times. A few choice times. Yeah, Patrician Scorn's rad. Especially if you're on like a core Skyfisher deck. If you know it's coming or you know you want to do it, you can like sandbag a Thraben Inspector or something. We won at both. We're a little choked on white mana. That was pretty much like drawing a card. Opponent just tanking on that 2 white mana. Did you lose against Burn? No, you won against Burn. Man, that's so... Yeah, that sucks. That sucks when you like run... Yeah, when you're running like 0-3 or whatever, or like 1-3. Those moments can be tough. Pretty glad to have a nice balance here in the 2-2 bracket. Those nights are really demoralizing. Like even the 2-3s where you just lose your first 3 matches actually are kind of like backbreaking. It's pretty tough. But hopefully we can go positive here. That'd be sweet. I'd really like that. Yeah, I can't imagine Burn was happy at all to see 12 Soul Sisters. If you guys aren't familiar with Terry, I probably just called you by your name. Terry was up against us in match 2, and he had... Is it 12 or is it 16? 16 Soul Sisters? Anyway, a deck with a ton of Soul Sisters, and they were just, like, ravaging us. A lot of tokens, many, many top-decked Battle Screeches. Tactical Terry, the man himself. Oh, yeah. Shrivels and stuff? Was that why? Was Wraths what made it bad? Our opponent is now... We're now even on time. I don't know what they could be thinking about. They are a Morphling. Maybe they're used to playing really slow control matchups, and they're deep in some kind of, like, analysis tank. You ever see that Hannibal show? I find a lot of comfort in that. Hannibal, he, like, goes to jail, and they're like, Hannibal, you're in jail now you'll suffer. And he's like, no. I've got this beautiful place in my head that I go to. And it's not even going to affect... I'm going to go to my beautiful paradise in my brain. And it's going to be fine. It'd be kind of cool to have a brain paradise, right? 12 Soul Sisters. Do they play like sisters or do they play like sisters? You know? Like... Counterspells and anglers. Yeah, anglers are bad too. I know, right? Every time I drew one... A Mind Palace, is that what he calls it? Sister versus Sista. We need to know, Terry. Is that a sister or a Sista? Which is which? Which is which? None of them are witches, but... Oh, opponent, you didn't disconnect, did you? It doesn't say they disconnected. I don't know, maybe they're eating a sandwich. They're like, my opponent has a Barrier of Bones on the battlefield. I have 5 cards in hand and access to some of the most powerful spells in the entire format. I'm just going to go deep in the tank here for an hour. Our Soul Sisters. Right. Oh, man, thank you so much for coming by, Tom. Nice to see you, Thomas Crack. I like that. So opponent's going to give us back our Seeker to take another Angler. That was a lot of tanking. So next turn is going to be pretty tight. They fear the Angler big time. They get the Bigly Angler fear. Whew. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Unmake Skyfisher. Whole bunch of triggers. They're going to try to unkicked Galvanic Blast, so we will... Which is this targeting? That one? Unmake the other Skyfisher. Triggers. It dies. Galvanic Blast will fizzle. That dies. And we go to combat and swing for approximately 1 million. Hey, they scooped. Sweet. We got them. All right, guys, we're 50-50 at worst here, so I'm pretty happy. What are we bringing in against Boros Monarch? So Invoke the Divine for sure. And what next? Bone Angler is a great moniker. Or Zob Midrange. I know that is boring propaganda. I prefer Bone Angler if possible. Bangler. But with like the meme bee though. You know what I'm talking about? Like the red bee? Ninja Gangs. Strands, Crypt Rats, Invokes. You got it. You heckin' got it. And what are we losing? What are we losing here? Oh yeah, no, I'm totally happy about that too. Yeah, I can see Edicts not being very good. I can live with that statement. And Deadweights are bad? Yeah, because it just sits on a Court Skyfisher until it doesn't matter anymore. All right, all that stuff out. I can see Okiba Gang being okay. It's more pressure too. I like Prismatic Strands a lot. This card is nuts. But if you can find like better sideboard cards, you're happy to take it out? Really? Even against these guys? All right, we're taking a lot of stuff out here. So we've got Invoke the Divines, Crypt Rats, and Prismatic Strands in. And this is what we've got out. So Diabolic Edicts and Deadweights. 4 of each. Oh, we're in 1 Okiba Gang Shinobi as well. I don't know if we're even playing Spellbomb. These decks are weird lately. Like some Boros Monarch decks are like, yeah, so should we just snuff out instead of unmake, do you guys think? I don't know, man. People really don't think... People don't think of... No, I think Barrier Bones is good. They have Cold Oath Rebirth tokens. I don't think people understand how much of a burn deck Boros is. Yeah, I think Barrier's good here. You don't like Unmake. Okay. Snuff out in for Bone Town. Well, what do you guys think? Are we taking Unmake out for Snuff out? I kind of like this. I like where we're going with this. I like it. I think Exile is relevant too, for whatever reason. There's some deep boarding. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Wallsmark. That's what I'm thinking. I do not like openers with 2 Gurmag Anglers in them. How is this good? So, okay, so opponent goes tap land, they gain a life, we go Thraben Inspector, make a clue, turn 2, we Night's Whisper. Hit our 3rd land drop, we like unmake the first Skyfisher. Then we're looking at 1, 2 cards in the graveyard, 3, yeah, no. So we're just, this hand looks good? I don't know, dude. I honestly don't think it does look that good. It's like, it's Gurmag Angler on turn 4, the first Gurmag Angler on turn 4, and then do nothing. Okay, all right, I'm in. Let's go. My first... Yeah, they are pretty slow. I don't know, man. It was tough. We hit our 3rd land drop, so that's good. Thraben Inspector on turn 1. Get the aggro going. Except when it isn't. Yeah, they're on like Cold Oath or Rebirth and stuff. But maybe they're against that now. Cycle Secluded Step. Strong play. Garrison? Nope, just another tap land. Okay. So we're going to snap this off now. Want to get as many cards in our graveyard as possible right away. Lose a couple life, draw a couple cards. I think I was like swinging this around at some point. It just ended up in the middle of the screen. Ah, oh, Seeker, you're late to the party, my dude. So attack with Thraben Inspector. Happy to have a 2-for-1 creature. Maybe we want Seeker to die. Opponent has gained an inordinate amount of life. They're way ahead in this race. Thraby baby. Makes a Clizzle. For shizzle the clizzle, the big sack tizzle, the drizzle a crizzle. Journey to Nowhere, my Thraben Inspector. Sacks a clue right away, so they're digging. Digging. I could go Seeker Barrier here. I don't mind that. Welcome to the Jank Bank, Nirok. Welcome, man. How are you doing tonight? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that very much. Welcome. I think we're going to play 2 creatures here, especially where Germfather is coming down soon. Going full Snoop, man. I love Snoop Dogg. There was one summer where that's good though. That's good. We put this in the bin. We still don't hit Gurmag Angler next turn, so actually I'm going to top this. Pick up Thraben Inspector, replay Thraben Inspector next turn. We can also crack a clue, play Skyfisher, pick up Barrier of Bones or something that doesn't matter. I think we want a Thraben Inspector bad enough that this isn't just going to be Germfather fuel. So pass it back. Our opponent's going to get the value torrent going. I was just tanking. I was like criticizing them for tanking that long on like a potentially lethal crackback. And I'm like, whatever, opponent, you're going so slow. And then I took that long thinking about whether to top a core Skyfisher. Like, who am I? Glint Hack. Deadweight wouldn't be too bad on this guy. It does make core Skyfisher, or make Thraben Inspector a lot worse, but core Skyfisher, pretty nice that I kept it on top there. Nice. Nice tech. Bolt my guy? No, Rebirth. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Yeah. All right, so the big nip tizzle. So I think it is going to be crack a clue, play Skyfisher here. So we'll crack first. See what we draw. Land drops are fine here. So we'll play Skyfisher. I'm going to pick up Thraben Inspector. I prefer the card draw here. No attacks from us just yet. If we can get a good on make turn, then I might do it. Opponent. Bolts the Skyfisher, I presume. 2 mana. Ichor Wellspring. They're doing a lot of digging. Like, what are you looking for over there, opponent? Yeah, a land. I wouldn't mind a land. Having a little trouble getting stuff in the bin. 2 attached to the top of my library. But we're stonewalling our opponent pretty good. It's going to have this Seeker, I think, and these Gurmag Anglers are going to have to go the distance. They're having a hard time with lands, too. Never mind. But I think next turn we're just going to keep going low and slow. We're going to play a couple creatures, probably Phyrexian Rager digging for land. And then Thraben Inspector. No land. And then we'll pass. Really hoping on Germfather here shortly. Ichor Wellspring. Okay. Oh yeah. No, these are long distance runners right here. Opponent making more tokens, but we're pretty wide over here now. And we're just going to keep committing more creatures, I think, than they are. So it's all going to be about... That's Mr. Professor Germfather, Germfather PhD. Opponent does have to play a little bit faster if they're going to be Dirtle Monarching, I think. Time for Skyfisher to hit the bin. It's all right, opponent. We got more where that came from. We don't have more Seekers, unfortunately, but it is what it is. The life gain would have been nice. I'll admit. All right, our turn. Find another Skyfisher. So we will Skyfisher back. Plains. Replay the Plains. And Skyfisher back. Thraben Inspector. Replay Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn. Hey, man, what's up? Hello from Canada. How are you doing, Carthafel? Glad to have you in the stream, man. Welcome. So we're playing the clue game here for sure. Now our opponent's starting to get flooded compared to what we're doing. Thraben Inspector, you're going to get to pick up. They got to start finding their burn spells for these. And it'd be awesome if they just like wasted journeys on Skyfishers. I'd be quite content with that. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. Yep, cracks. And it'd be real nice to hit a Germfather here soon. We draw Thraben Inspector. Okay. So let's Barrier of Bones. We might find some fuel for the Gurmfather. Yeah, no, that's perfect. I put it on top. Heck. Okay. That's bad. That's actually very bad. So we're going to crack a clue. Draw that. Play Thraben Inspector. Pass the turn. Yeah, go ahead with one of these. Give me one of these, gang. Opponent gets Prism. All right, so the bird engine is active, but we have seen a lot of their birds already, so it is what it is. Even getting these like killed once, like if we get it down and then we get to hold up Unmake while our opponent tries to trade a bunch of creatures with it, we're in pretty okay shape. I think they must be digging for anthems. The first Rally the Peasants is still quite bad for us. And a couple of red mana, so playing some birds, drawing some cards. Even Crypt Rats would be pretty good here, like a Crypt Rats X2, that's good. All right, so let's draw a card, look for land. Seeker of the Way. Now we just want mana. Like, mana would get us the game, probably. We need a black mana. That's it. We need one black mana. Yeah, seriously. We're going to lose a lot of our own board. Oh, we have Seeker down, too. Yeah, Rats is pretty decent, man. Even just leaving it down there for the threat of activation isn't bad. Like, we're going to undo 2 of their Kuldotha rebirths, but X2 is just so juicy. Like, I feel like we shouldn't commit it until we're going to do it X2. Because we undo so much of their work. And we have Unmake to, like, clean up the mess afterwards. So hopefully they, like, sack this. If they sack this, it's, like, almost too tempting. And I'll have to Crypt Rats. All right, opponent going to pass. You got it. All right, well, I sort of just want to play one out for the threat of activation now. Sort of. No, let's try to hit a land drop. We want to do it X2. So let's stick with that plan. This does make this turn a lot more anemic, but... All right, so we'll Skyfisher, pick up Thraben Inspector. Maybe even pick up Seeker. In case we do hit a land. We're going to be discarding to hand size. So what? We'll get a Barrier of Bones. Barrier of Bones finally going to be serving its purpose, getting eaten by Gurmag Angler. Only 3. So that's what I was saying with like the opener of so many Gurmag Anglers. If we hit a land and we can Crypt Rats X2, I think we're in okay shape. Because we'll have 2 Skyfishers. We'll have 4 Skyfishers there too. Granted, they could like use a couple burn spells to clean up the mess a bit. I guess we can just have 6 actually. So more Kuldotha rebirths. Wow, okay. It's getting a little touch and go here now. I think next turn is going to be the first Crypt Rats. Pretty much regardless. Is about 2. Yeah. Yeah, thereabouts. No attacks from our opponent. Yeah, so I think we're going to have to Crypt Rats X1 here to buy a little bit more time. And after that, unless we hit a land. Oh, we hit a land. But it's not black mana. Ugh. Okay. I'm trying to think whether I should attack with Skyfishers or not. I think we do it anyway, because our opponent is lining up for a rally kill. So we'll Crypt Rats. And then just pass. And if they let it get back to our turn, then they're in a lot of trouble. But I think next turn they're going to force the action with an attack. Or they'll force it right now. They could have Prismatic Strands as well. Prismatic Strands plus Rally the Peasants is actually super bad. I didn't think of that. It sure is. So we'll Crypt Rats X1 here. No. So turn comes back. Because we can respond with Prismatic Strands. So Crypt Rats X1. And if this goes through, we will Gurmag Angler. They're going to let it go. Okay. So let's Gurmag Angler. No, that's true. And we'll get rid of Barrier, Night's Whisper, and unfortunately Seeker. And I feel like I'm in an okay place to start attacking with it. And if our opponent gets a huge board again, we can just keep Crypt Ratsing. We need another black source pretty bad, though. Opponent has the Journey. Okay. Part of me feels like they've been holding on to that for a minute. Man, your Boros deck is a wild ride. That's a sweet deck. Barrier of Bones. Okay. So we can keep digging. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's Barrier. I'm going to hold on to this Seeker for the next Crypt Rats that comes up. Or for following the next Crypt Rats. Black Source on top. And let's play... actually, we can just hold on, I think. I don't think we want to overcommit into our own board wipe. I think that's just probably a bad call. I may unmake one of their Skyfishers on their end step. Yep, Boros Garrison. You got it. Our opponent is going to deck before we are. So either they have to find a way to win the game while we're at 16, or just nothing happens. And then everything ends. So we'll play our land. And pass the turn. And this will be the turn that we unmake Skyfisher on end step. I think. Yeah. The strands thing is like kind of beating me up inside by a lot. Okay. Sure. So let's Crypt Rats. And pass. And if a Prismatic Strands ever goes on the stack, you know I'm sacking that Crypt Rats X2. Or maybe I'll just do it on their end step anyway. Tapping some mana, untapping some mana. All right, let's go for it. Crypt Rats X2. See what the response is. If they have any. They're going to let it go. All right. So turn comes back to us. We're going to 1, 2, 3, kill a Skyfisher. Go to combat. Attack with our Skyfishers. Play Gurmag Angler. Go get some more black mana. How many do we have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that aren't Crypt Rats. So get Gurmag Angler down and get down Seeker of the Way. Pass the turn. They're at 12. We're at 15. They might just have like 100 Rally the Peasants in hand and just like rally the Peasants a million times and kill us with Core Skyfisher. O-Ring, you got it. They're going to make it close regardless. It's pretty sad when 4 Macabre and 4 Relics isn't enough. Tron is still an issue. Yeah, sorry I haven't been too active in the chat, guys. Been getting my focus going. I like O-ring. There have been times when I was O-ringing expedition maps. Opponent will battle screech. Yep. So they're still going for the rally kill. I think we got to go back on the back foot. So play Thraben Inspector. We can attack with Gromog Angler. And crack a clue. Draw a card. Crypt Rats. Oh, baby. All right, so Crypt Rats. Yeah, so let's just do this. I don't want to mess this up. Probably kept Burn in hand. Yeah, I can see that. They might have their Prismatic Strands here. So let's go Crypt Rats, X1. And attack for a Jillian. They could Strands here. A Galv Blast Angler. Okay, sure. Go to combat, swing for a million. Opponent down to a precariously low life total. Oh man, what a slog of a game. This has been nuts. They're at 3. We have 2 creatures in hand. Glinthawk, so here come the blockers. 3 cards in hand. They're going to get to do some digging here, though. They have tons of mana. Some way to unearth just does it, which is nuts. Like, an unearth is crazy. And we haven't seen one all game, I don't think. No, we haven't. So we're due for an unearth, and that just, like, straight up wins us the game. We get in for 3 here. Regardless. They would have to have a lot of Prismatic Strands to beat us here. Down to 3 cards in hand. Yeah, they probably do have like a ton of burn in hand. So we have to be more, we do have to be cautious. Like we might as well win confidently. So play Initiate, and pass the turn. Yeah, they could have like 3 bolts. We do not want to risk that. The Initiates can attack through anyway. With Vigilance. Opponent, 4 cards in hand. Let's see what they do. Bolts us. Down to 11. Oh my god. Is it going to be like 3 bolts Galvanic Blast? Down to 8. Down to 4. Oh my god, no way. What? Oh my god. I'm so mad. Okay. Oh, deep tilt, guys. Deep tilt. Oh, wow. If we attack, we lose anyway. Because they kill one of them and then crack back for lethal. Wow. Holy crap, man. Jeez. That's unfortunate. That'll put us back down to 50-50. So I think, what are we now? Like 7 and 6, I think? Or 6 and 6. Is that it? I can't remember. No, we must be 6 and 7. So we're under 50-50. Okay. Yeah, this is a respectable hand. I'll keep it. Oh yeah, I'll play fast. I'm with you. That was probably already a product of playing incorrectly on account of playing fast. So go Thraben Inspector. Go Black Source. Let's go White Source. Throw them off. Yeah, some enchantment hate would be really nice. F6 through. Would really love to hit this angler early. Discarding to hand size. You got it. Combat. Attack with Inspector. Unearth, not bad here, especially with Crypt Rats. Play Plains. Pick up Thraben Inspector. Replay Thraben Inspector. Pass turn. Leave no trace. It would have been crazy last game. Ninja Thraben. Yeah, Ninja Thraben. I wish we had the Ninja right now. Our opponent's going to kill Skyfisher. Well, the less burn in their hand, the better, really. Glinthawk would die on ETB. So we're not going to cast any of this stuff this turn. Let's draw a card. Ash Barrens. So Scoured Barrens, and then we'll cycle Ash Barrens. I think that means we get an Angler next turn. Pass. Well, I could have Skyfishered, but if I Skyfisher, I don't get to Angler next turn. And I think that's just better. We'll save this Unearth for the Crypt Rats. So go get black mana. Pass through. And we'll see. That last game was crazy. That was the turn. That was that last turn, man. I'm telling you. 3, 4, 5. Angler makes 6, 7. F6. No attacks with 3B, baby. If they just spent the whole game answering our board, we might be able to find a way to clock them. Journey. Man, they're hot on those journeys, I tell you. Yep. Yep. You're going to attack for 2. This is the kind of start that they can win with. 2 red. Ichor Wellspring. All right. Playing birds, drawing cards, being Monarch. You know, that whole thing. Barrier Bones. See what we can mill. We might have a Seeker that we want to unearth. Yeah, let's Graveyard. We need a threat or a way to answer their next thing. Okay, that's fine. Not ideal, but fine. So we'll Phyrexian Rager. I was trying to think about how many times we'd have to Crypt Rats to win the game. All right, so they're going to Firebolt. You got it. Need a Bazooka Bog now, gang. There's Skyfisher picking up Wellspring. It could, depending on how they play these next couple of turns, it could nearly be time to Crypt Rats. I think I'm going to unmake this next turn, almost regardless of what happens. Yeah, okay. So unmake, well, yeah, unmake this. Night's Whisper. Ooh, Seeker. Play Seeker of the Way. Go to combat. Swing with Thraben Inspector. So hopefully this life gain matters here. We've already seen a Firebolt. We've seen a Lightning Bolt. Oh, they might just Firebolt this. Flashback. But that's not too bad. We can unearth it next turn. Yep. Flashes back. Firebolt on Seeker. You got it. We're at a pretty low life total here. So we'll Scoured Barrens, Unearth, Seeker, and pass the turn. We're going to hold on to Night's Whisper for next turn. Attack for 1. They could just have a million points of burn in their hand again. I like the Exile a lot. Like it might have won us that match against Tim Canpy on Stompy because they had an elephant guided creature. Or no, they had a massive River Boa. Dang, no way to save it. Okay. More burn going at Seekers. Skyfisher, perchance? Ichor Wellspring, okay. I need to find an answer to this somehow. like soon. And I really don't want that answer to be Crypt Rats. That's pretty tempting, I have to say. Because we have 1 Unearth left. I guess we have 2 Crypt Rats and 1 Unearth if things start getting out of hand. Because our opponent will just redeploy a board next turn. I guess you got to take your 2 for 1s where you can get them. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Crypt Rats. X2. And my roommate's out there singing some Mos Def. Night's Whisper. Find a barrier of bones. We're at 9. Graveyard, go. Oh, God. I do not like how low our life total is. Like, they can just commit a bunch more threats. Yeah. We really needed one of those Seekers. We needed a Seeker to hang out for a little bit. They can probably kill us with how much time they have. I would not doubt that at all. It has been, though. Opponent, black mana, or red mana. We're at 9. We need more answers or a core Skyfisher. Rebirth. Yep. It's 1 damage a turn that we're not dealing with. All right, go to our second main automatically. Bog you. Deal another damage to ourselves, because we're not getting out of this situation without casting creatures. Thraben Inspector. Crack a Clue. Thraben Inspector. Crack a Clue, but we're dead to 2 Galvanic Blasts, and our opponent has 5 cards in hand. Ooh, Shinobi. Too bad we can't attack. Close games, though. Not really. They put a card in the bin for Gurmag Angler earlier. Do you have 2 blasts, opponent? Yep. And craziest burn deck in the format right here, folks. Woof.